Hey guys, we're currently in Porto Covo, Portugal right now, enjoying the California-like warm and sunny weather. As you can see, it's beautiful. And some of you have asked us to make a video on how to buy and register a vehicle as a traveler in the UK. So we thought we'll make one and hopefully it'll help you guys a little bit.
I also did write a blog about this, so if you prefer to read it or if you want to refer to it later, then just check out the link below and you can just find that under Eurotrip Van Life. So the first step that we talked about was actually about how to find and buy your van. So we actually talked about it in our previous videos while we were in the process of looking for our van. So if you'd like to know about that, just go back and watch some of our previous videos. The second step, however, is where we're going to start today, and that is actually about paying for the van. For us, we actually had a lot of trouble with this. We spent almost an entire evening trying to figure out how to do this because we actually didn't prepare cash ahead of time. And the reason was because we actually had no idea how much we'd be spending on the vehicle. So, we had no idea how much to bring. And it didn't seem to make sense to just bring a lot because we were in the UK using British pounds, and then we knew that for the rest of the trip we'd be in Europe using euros. So we didn't need to have a whole lot of extra British pounds for no reason, basically. So we just decided we'll figure it out when we get to UK. And we looked at doing an e-transfer via the bank, and that actually didn't work at all. And I think this really depends on the bank that you use. For Phil, it turned out with his bank, we called them and everything, and they said we actually had to show up in person at a physical location to set up the transfer. Mm-hmm. And so, obviously we couldn't do that, so that was out of the question. We also looked at using PayPal, which was actually really easy for the buyer to set up and for us, because we already had a PayPal account. But the fees that were associated were pretty high.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It would have cost, we would have paid an extra $400 to $500 just for fees.
Yeah. And it's because they do it by a percentage rate, and I think they also charge for sending as well as receiving. Like, I think the person who receives it also has to pay something to deposit into his bank. So there's a lot of extra fees there that we actually, even doing a lot of research on it, we couldn't even find out exactly how much it would be, because it's like they don't tell you until you actually do it. We decided that wasn't the route we were going to take, and finally Phil actually had found a website earlier. We didn't know if it was going to work, and it's this website called Transferwise.com, and it actually worked super, super well. Like, we went on that night, put through the information, and it was like that later that day, like in the evening, so maybe like a full day basically had passed, and he already had the money in his bank.
It took maybe within 8 hours.
Yeah,
and the seller got his money.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like, the fees associated are super low, and I think what happens, they kind of explain it on the website, from what I understand anyway, is that instead of actually transferring the money from one country to another, they actually put the money into a local bank in one country and then take out the equivalent amount at a local bank in the country you're at. So it kind of takes away the middleman somehow, and therefore the fees are reduced, which, I don't know, in any case, it worked out for us really well.
Yeah.
And the only thing that we have to caution is that if you are transferring a certain amount, I think it's over 10,000 euros, they actually have some verification processes that you have to go through. So I think it's 2 pieces of ID or something like that.
Yeah, 2 forms of IDs, and because of that might take an extra few business days, so just be aware.
For us, yeah, we were under 10,000 euros, so it was fine.
Yeah.
They just needed basic verification, and then it went through immediately. So that made it super easy. And you just need to get the seller's international bank account number, IBAN, and pretty much that's it, their name and their IBAN, and that's it.
Step 3 was getting the car, changing ownership of the vehicle. Again, that was super easy. Everything was done online on the UK, I don't remember the exact website,
The
but
government website.
it was the UK government website. It literally took less than 10 minutes. We didn't have to show up to any office or anything like the States do. What the States, you have to go to DMV and wait hours and make an appointment days in advance. Here, you just go online, enter the information, the vehicle information, and submit it, and right away, all the information gets updated.
Actually, what happens is the previous owner will have something called the V5C, or the vehicle logbook, and it looks something like this. And inside on the second page, there's this area that's like a green section. And so if you're the new buyer, you're going to be the one filling out that little green section, and you rip it out and you keep it. So for us, we have our little green slip. And then the seller just destroys the rest of the logbook. And so with the information that we submitted online, they actually post us a new logbook to the address that we provide. So this is our new logbook as the registered owners. And so this is the thing that you might need to have a local friend at, or someone you can get this posted to. So for us, we had a friend who was fine with us registering the car with their address, and so we got it posted to their house, and we got it in about
a week and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, so you may have to wait around for that. That's probably the longest part of this process, but at least you don't have to go in person to the registry or anything. So.
And step 4 was paying the road tax. I guess in the UK, you have to pay the road tax before you can take the car and drive on the road. So again, we did that right after we changed ownership of the vehicle online. Everything was already updated within minutes. I enter the vehicle information, enter my information, enter my credit card payment information, choose how many months, right?
Yeah, it's either 6 months or 1 year.
Yeah.
So since we were less than 6 months, we paid for the 6-month interval.
Yeah.
But even if you don't actually own it for 6 months, you'll get your money refunded to whatever address you provided. And that is dependent on when you sell it. So say you are still driving the car on February 1st or 2nd, you still have to pay for the entire month of that month. But any full month that you haven't used, they'll refund that to you once you sell the car.
I think I didn't cost that much. It was only maybe a few £100 to get it for 6 months.
It was cool to see that all the information was already updated when we were going through that process.
So fast.
So it was I don't know why they don't do this in the
good.
States. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And finally, step 5.
Last step is about insuring the car. So this one is one of the primary reasons that we actually chose to purchase the vehicle in the UK. And I mean, a lot of people are asking us, why not buy it in Germany? It could be cheaper. The driving is on the correct side. But we decided that we weren't sure exactly how to insure the car when it was in Germany. And Phil had done a lot of research.
It's almost impossible to do it
without a local address, or not being a foreigner. It's very difficult. So, or maybe we just don't know how. It also was harder in Germany because we don't speak or read or write German. So there's those things too to consider. So we did find a website, however, called Down Under Insurance, and this insurance company is really niche. It's down under, so it's from Australia, but the purpose is for travelers, say from Australia, Canada, America, specifically going to the UK or Europe and doing campervan trips or buying a vehicle there. So it's a really, really small market, but it's exactly what we needed, basically. And obviously, I think they charge a little bit more for it, but it covers what you need it to cover, and you get the green card, which is the proof of insurance here in Europe. So and this green card also shows you where you can drive and where you can't in terms of countries. So for example, we are planning to go to the Balkans, but this green card doesn't actually cover the Balkans, but they have their own rules anyway, so we would actually have to buy their own insurance at the border of the country.
Yeah,
anyway.
so it doesn't matter which insurance company you go through. Most insurance companies wouldn't cover the Balkans countries. So
yeah.
We'll worry about that later.
So anyway, this was one of the biggest reasons we did want to buy it in the UK. This insurance company seemed to, cover exactly what we needed. And for our van, because it is a little bit bigger, I think it might be a little pricier than just a regular car. But we got quoted something like $500 for 4 months, which is pretty reasonable to us. And yeah, it covers everything we need.
So yeah, this is it. It was really simple and easy. And again, this is only for the UK. I don't know about anywhere else. If you guys have any other questions, you know what to do. And me and Vanessa is gonna go watch the sunset and enjoy the rest of our night. We will post more videos and updates later. We'll see you guys next week then. Bye.